Hey, it's Matt with Schematical, and today I'm going to talk about my network diagramming tool that is also a Swimlane tool, that also is pixel art, and the new features I'm adding to it. So I am so excited that people have actually taken an interest in this tool, and it's not available yet to the public, but it's kind of fun to play with. I did have it available at one point, but then I moved it over and migrated a bunch of stuff and added a new theme. And I'll be honest, a bunch of it's janky, but it allows me to do stuff like this. Alright, this is kind of madness, but I'll explain why this is the way it is in a second. Okay, this is what most of my diagrams actually look like. If you're not familiar with this, I'll just do a quick playthrough here. But it allows me to create an animated network diagram. This is AWS right here. You can see the user makes a request. It goes through the internet, goes to the application load balancer, to the application server. Then I've got this little text here that gives me the next bit of text. You can see it hit RDS, returns a unique ID, etc., etc., and you can watch this request go through the whole system. It's a bit janky right now. It's definitely not a finished project, work in progress. The whole thing is controlled by Swimlane, so the diagram for that one is in this Swimlane diagram here. And so you can see it went through the first three but never stopped because there's no text there. And then you can see where it says saves the record to the DB. And you can tell that's the application server that does it. A lot of things still need to be worked out, but the whole thing is defined with a nice Swimlane diagram and my fully animated, well, not the bank. The bank's not animated. So yeah, this is what controls the whole thing. So that's all cool. But what would be really cool is if I could integrate it with Terraform. For those of you that don't know, Terraform is an infrastructure as code tool that can be used to define your entire ecosystem infrastructure, how your servers interact with each other, and communicate that to major hosting providers like AWS, Azure, GCP, all those. I thought that'd be cool, so I wired it in. So I have a bunch of open source Terraform modules I've written that help people build their infrastructure online faster. It's real nice. You can spin up your platform real simple. There's YouTube videos for a lot of these, so feel free to check those out. They're all in here. I'll have a link to this in the show notes. And I decided to import that into my new diagramming tool. So right now it's just a test script, but I can make it a fully flushed out feature. And basically it uses a old library called HCL2-parser, and it pulls it in, and then I translate it into the same schema that my diagramming tool uses. It's still very much a work in progress. I won't go through all the code here. I haven't open sourced this yet. Leave a comment if you want me to open source it. Probably can make that happen. But it writes it out to this TF data file, which then gets imported and looks something like this. Now, this is kind of a giant mess, so let me just quickly comment out. Basically, if it doesn't know what a resource looks like, it makes it into a little policey cop guy. So all I have to do is comment that out, return null, and we are good. There's a plane flying over. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Then I have to regenerate this by running that TF parser script, and then refresh the page. And look at this. Now the first thing you'll notice is the way that things are spaced out a little bit. What's happening here is I'm actually at the root of the module that I'm importing. There are three other modules, right? And I've basically given them each proportional width to the amount of resources that they have in it. Renderable resources, ideally. And then inside of that, I split them in the same fashion as well. So each one of these is a submodule of the first module, each one of these is a submodule of the third module, and there are no submodules to this module. You can see it better if I go to the menu and to the layers list here. You can see I have them split up by modules, and I went with these two colors for now, but you can see, oh my gosh, these colors are really bad right here. Did I highlight it? Okay, look at that. Wow. Okay, I am not a UI expert, just bear with me. You can see the root module dev environment is at the root here, and that's probably this one. If I go down a bit, I should have ordered these a little bit better. But this Next.js Lambda front-end base is the second module here, and the third one is this prod environment there. In reality, you should use workspaces. Don't follow my example here. I use workspaces with all my clients. I haven't gotten around to refactoring my rinky-dink infrastructure. From there you can see it lays out resources inside of their respective modules. So this S3 bucket and this Route 53 are inside their respective module. You can see they're named accordingly by they're in the dev environment there. So this is a very, very basic, very rough use case, but hashtag build in public. I'm showing you that as I build it. And what's the use for it right now? Mainly to make these videos and other content I'm going to be making hopefully soon for other publishers. Fingers crossed. It's looking good. With that said, what's next? Well, we're going to have to get a lot more organized with this. I want this to be a bit more usable, so ideally it'll link to the actual resource code. It's somewhat unaware of all those kind of little meta resources, relationships between one thing and another. So I want to make it so it can, a security group view, I would like to add in it so we can have more visibility there. IAM view, that'd be cool. Identity access management view, that'd be pretty cool. IAM. Additionally, what would be really cool is if you could draw your infrastructure on here and it could export the infrastructure as Terraform or CloudFormation or your favorite infrastructure as code tool. That would be a tough one, but theoretically possible. I'm on it. Besides that, I need to beef up the presentation stuff a little bit more, make this prettier. I've got a lot of icons to draw. I hand draw every animation and every little pixel here. I use Sprite and I draw all of it. So that takes quite a bit of time. No AI tools here. With all that said, I'm curious to hear your ideas for features. What would you like to see? What would you like to use this for? If you're interested in getting access, just ask. I'm happy to help. Comment on the video or wherever you see it. Send me a DM. I'm around. So with that said, again, I'm Matt with Schematical, and thanks for watching.